AI systems already answer questions about your business, about your craft, your town, whether to call you or someone else. So here is the only question that matters. Who owns that answer? The Marshall Principle is simple. AI may assist. Humans remain responsible, not as a slogan, as load-bearing structure, for companies, for agents, for anyone shipping work into the world. Assistance is draft, search, summarize, compare, remind. It speeds the hands. It does not sign the check. It does not own the outcome when the first answer is wrong. When no human owns the answer, you get ghost authority, auto-sent messages, thin public files, models that compress noise into confidence. And when something breaks, everyone points at the tool. Responsibility looks like this. A human decides what should be true. A human checks what was actually observed. A human approves what goes out. Intent, attempt, observed, verified, claim. AnswerAuthority starts with a free intelligence snapshot, a diagnosis of the public picture AI can already form about your business. Yours to keep, no obligation. Optional treatment later if you want to plan. AI will keep answering. The future belongs to people who still own the answer. Free snapshot, marshall.net/AA/get snapshot. AnswerAuthority, Marshall Intelligence, Lexington. We keep saying AI will help. Help is not the same as authority. If you blur those two words, you do not get a partner. You get a vacuum where nobody owns the outcome. Assistance looks like this. Draft the email. Search the records. Summarize the thread. Compare the options. Remind the human what is due. That is real value. It is still assistance. Authority looks like this. Decide what is true. Approve what leaves the building. Sign. Send. Publish. Pay. Own the consequence when it is wrong. That seat does not transfer to a model. The trap is convenient. The draft is good enough. The auto-send is faster. The score looks confident. So the human steps back, and the organization pretends the tool was in charge. The Marshall Principle draws the line on purpose. AI may assist. Humans remain responsible. Not because humans are perfect, because responsibility needs a name and a neck. In practice, let agents draft. Let agents check. Let agents propose. Then a human verifies and claims. Intent, attempt, observed, verified, claim. Want a clear picture of what AI can already say about your business? Free intelligence snapshot, a diagnosis of your public file. Marshall.net/AA/get snapshot. AnswerAuthority, Marshall Intelligence. AI does not visit your shop floor. It does not hear your best sales call. It meets the public file, sites, listings, pages, scraps of text the world already published. That file is what gets compressed into the first answer. Who you are, where you work, whether to trust you. If the file is thin, wrong, or split across pins, the answer inherits the mess. So AI identity is not a vibe. It is the picture systems form from evidence they can reach and the answers they generate from that picture. This is why evidence planting beats after the fact spin. You grow the public record forward. One clear sentence, matching name and phone, a page a model can quote. Then you recheck what the outside file says. Diagnosis starts there. A free intelligence snapshot is a dated look at that public picture. What is right? What is wrong? What is missing? What is worth fixing? Treatment is optional. The workbook is a plan. Decide what should be true, correct the file, walk it, remeasure in 30 days. If you want to see your public picture as AI might compress it, free snapshot at marshall.net/AA/get snapshot. AnswerAuthority, Marshall Intelligence, Lexington. The first answer is the expensive one, not the 10th, not the deep research report. The first sentence a buyer, partner, or model trusts enough to act. When that answer is wrong, you do not always get a chance to argue. The call goes elsewhere. The shortlist closes. Someone else's name fills the gap you left in the public file. Wrong answers come from ordinary messes. Mismatched phones, old addresses, thin about pages, 2 names for one firm, a competitor louder in the same town. None of that requires bad intent. It only requires neglect. This is not a branding problem first. It is a responsibility problem. If no human owns the outside picture, the first answer will be owned by whoever published more noise. So we diagnose before we treat. A free intelligence snapshot is a dated look at that first answer risk. What shows up, what is missing, what is worth fixing this week. If you want a treatment plan later, that is the workbook. Decide what should be true. Correct the file. Remeasure. But the diagnosis stands alone. Do not wait for the 10th answer. On the first one, free snapshot, marshall.net/aa/get-snapshot. Answer authority, Marshall Intelligence. Most AI products sell you a score. We sell a clearer split. Diagnosis first, treatment only if you want it. Diagnosis answers. What shows up now? What is right, wrong, missing? What is worth fixing? 3 things, not 30. That is the free intelligence snapshot. Treatment answers. What should be true? Which fixes first? Who owns each correction? How will we know it moved? That is the workbook, a plan, not a thicker PDF. If you skip diagnosis, treatment is guesswork. If you sell treatment as diagnosis, you force a purchase to see the wound. We refuse that. The snapshot stands alone. Human responsibility sits on both sides. A human owns the diagnosis claims. A human owns the treatment decisions. AI may assist the research. It does not own the outcome. 30 days later, we remeasure. Not to claim magic causation, to observe whether the public picture changed after you acted. Start with diagnosis. Free snapshot, marshall.net/aa/get-snapshot. Answer authority, Marshall Intelligence. Lexington. Agents and teams fail the same way. They report success without proof. So we use a chain, not a vibe. Intent, attempt, observed, verified, claim. 5 states. Skip the middle and the story becomes the evidence. The failure sounds like this. I ran the command, so it is done. That skips observed and verified. The fix is independent check. Read the file back. Hit the live URL, diff the state. Then claim. The Marshall principle still holds. AI may assist. Humans remain responsible for the claim, not just the attempt. Same chain for AI identity. Diagnose the public file. Fix what you control. Recheck what AI can still compress. Start with a free snapshot diagnosis. Marshall.net/aa/get-snapshot. Answer authority, Marshall Intelligence. Faster is not the same as owned. Auto-send feels efficient until the wrong thing leaves. The temptation is full auto. Draft ready. List loaded. One click floods the wire. No neck. No pause. No principle. What we keep human. Who receives it, whether the diagnosis is honest, whether tonight is the night to send, whether the claim matches the file. This is not Luddism. Agents still research, draft, package, and track. Humans still own the gate. The Marshall principle again. AI may assist. Humans remain responsible. Approve is how responsibility stays attached to a name. For your company, see the picture first. Free snapshot diagnosis of your public AI identity. Then you decide what leaves your building. Get the diagnosis at marshall.net/aa/get-snapshot. Answer authority, Marshall Intelligence. Lexington. Scores lie easy. Deltas force honesty. Before. Change. After. Compare. Vanity metrics. One-time scores. Dashboards without a before. Claims with no recheck. They feel like progress. They are theater. The loop is simple. Observe. Diagnose. Change the public file. Wait. Retest. Compare. What a delta claims is representation changed, not automatic proof we caused the model to move. Observe change. Honest language. We dogfooded it. Snapshot. Fix the public file. Snapshot again. Same standard we offer clients. Your turn. Diagnosis first. Free snapshot. Optional treatment plan later. Then remeasure what the outside world can still say. Free snapshot at marshall.net/aa/get-snapshot. Answer authority, Martial intelligence. Lexington. Who owns the answer?